Hi folks, I want to bring you something today. This happened to a friend of a friend, and this has to do with new government regulations coming straight from the World Health Organization. In 2012, they set up a public statement that said they could make gender identity disorder the next ADHD. And if you remember, if you've ever been on Ritalin or ever been told you have ADHD, you know how this generally starts out. Teachers at your school write down comments: you're loud, you're obnoxious, you're not listening, you're not obeying, uh, you're rambunctious, you have too much energy, you have too little control of yourself, this thing and that thing. And then they basically send you to a psychologist who writes you an Adderall script, or when I was growing up, it was Ritalin is what it was. And they're doing the same exact thing here, except for this lady has to go have her, I believe, the 3-year-old kid, okay? 3-year-old kid. Go see a child psychologist because her child of 3 is experiencing things of gender identity disorder. There is a video on this, but due to the fact that I don't have explicit rights to show the video itself somewhat, I did get confirmation from a friend of hers, and she said this would be perfect as long as I basically said this had to do with like government regulations, autism spectral disorder, which is the DSM-4, DSM-5 ADHD situation, and basically the collusion to everything being the next ADHD or the next gender identity disorder problem. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to give you my best guess at what I commented and said should happen, and I think I'm spot on this. And the first and foremost is get a lawyer, because the next couple of steps after you see the psychologist is going to be really messed up. But let me play I'm just going to play it for sound, and then I will let you guys go ahead and listen to it. Okay? So, give me 1 second. Here's the clip. I'm only going to play about a minute of it, because that's kind of what I have authorization from the friend to play. So here's about a minute.
So I just got Kinley home from her annual doctor's appointment, her checkup or whatever. And while we were there, the doctor expressed some concern about how she wants to be a boy. And he asked her specifically if he was a boy or a girl. And she said he was a boy. And he asked about me, and she said that I'm a girl. And he asked if she was a boy or if she wanted to be a boy. And she said she wanted to be, to which he responded by writing her a referral to see a child psychiatrist. In 2015, the doctor wants my child to go see a psychiatrist because she identifies herself more with boy toys than girl toys. Now, excuse me for a second, while I don't understand what makes some little skinny bitch tramp Barbie better than a superhero. Like, I don't get why we're supposed to throw dolls at our children as opposed to lightsabers and swords and Spider-Man. I don't understand.
Alright folks, you heard that. That's the situation. And let me just go into it. Hey, you know what? I'm going to read my comments and everything first, and I'm going to go into what I wrote regarding the situation. So let me just read the comments that I have written. So let me get in this screen capture. Okay, here's the comments that I made. And I'm just going to read them, you know, line by line. And there's no secret here, folks. This is what I basically told the person. I left out a few things here and there, but they're setting you up. This is a long, messed up road where they try to convince her to become a male. I don't want to say it, but first comes the psychologist, then the surgeons. Don't let it get to this. It sounds wrong to say, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a concern in the future, in the near future. Don't let it come to that unless it's something organic, all because of the play toys. Listen to what they asked. Do you want to be a boy or a girl? It's a setup. Start looking for the right people. Start looking for the right lawyers. I don't see it coming to it, but it's a sick road. I don't mean the gender issues is sick. I mean the twisted nature of the government and its delusional abilities to run amok. The World Health Organization stated in 2012 that gender disorders are like 1%, but with the right psychologist staffs involved, they can make it become the next ADHD. And when you get the red flag for ADHD, what happens? Teacher says you're acting out, not participating loud, need a psychologist for meds. This will be the same. Your daughter or son is experiencing gender disorder problems. She is violent with male students. She acts aggressive. All the things a male student her age will do. She tried to imitate, and we already know she plays with male toys. Same thing with a male student. He's a loner, hangs out with more females. He likes more female things. He has even been caught brushing his younger sister's hair. These are all traits for a female. He has a gender identity problem. The doctors are only there to push major government regulations. They'll not be happy until every male has female genitalia and females male genitalia. And then when the government goes back to normal, they'll convince those same people who had the surgeries and the meds and the hormones through the same psychologists to get the extra unneeded organs and organ systems removed. And like Eloy, all or most will play along. And those who do not will have their kids taken. The surgeries and hormones therapies will be pushed and done to their kids without their consent or worse. And I made a consent that these same psychologists, these same people that are making the mega bucks off of this, will not under any circumstances do this to their kids. Their kids will go off to college completely normal and everything else. Meanwhile, they're pushing this for everyone else's. You've heard it here first. So this is government regulations on autism disorders and trying to push gender identity disorder. And what I basically have said is that the lady in the video just gets home from a family physician, and due to the whole news of the spectrum disorders from DSM-4, DSM-5, the autistic disorders, gender identity plays a role in this. Now she has to take her kid to a child psychologist because the medical doctor claims a child of 3 years old is beginning to show signs of gender identity disorder for playing with male toys. Boy toys. This really needs to get out there, folks. I think this is happening to more and more people. And this is going to be really fucked up if it hits mainstream. I'm not messing with the camera. So, it is what it is, folks. Let me know what you think.